Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host, Herschel Gillis, and today I'm going to be talking about another new film from this year, as promised. That is the new film from Box Creep Films and director Steven Grischuk, friend of mine, friend of the show, friend of the community. We all like Steven. That's why I'm reviewing this. I review Steven's movies because they're really good. But anyway, today, The Blackheart Collector's Club. The newest film from Steven, and the third in the Colors trilogy, which is Color Space, Blood Red, Vapor Green, and now this, which I've covered all three. And the Blackheart Collectors Club. What is it about? First off, we're going to talk about everything a little bit more ahead of there, and just before you start the review as well, if you haven't seen the interview that Francis and I did with Steven on the Open Casket, go to Francis's channel at Spooky Celluloid, of course. He's much bigger than I am. Also, literally, Francis, if you're watching this, big boy, big ass bitch. Anyway, what the fuck am I doing? Go watch that interview. It's really good. With Steven, it was a really fun interview to do as well. And that's the second time that I've interviewed Steven, but you won't see the first because I'm still putting it in a book that I'm working on. It'll come out eventually, people. Trust me, I'm working on a lot of things. Anyway, this one, it's like these little creatures called borks are being used to fight each other, and there are people that bid on them and bet on them in street fights, and there is also a group of people called the Blackheart Collectors Club who collect people's hearts to use the stuff in the heart to make Bork related things. It's all really weird, but it makes sense if you watch the movie. And there is this assassin gatherer type of guy, referred to as number two, who, collects hearts, and it's all government funded. There's this man named Jason Allman that's a vigilante who's killing members of the Blackheart Collectors Club to stop this stuff from happening, this evil state. Because it's government sponsored, harvesting of hearts, and yeah, it's weird. But Jason is our protagonist of the film, and he's tracking down these Blackheart collectors and killing them and streaming it on YouTube and all this stuff. And yeah, I won't spoil the rest because this is much more complicated and ambitious than even the previous two Box Creep films. Box Creep films. But yeah, this is by far, number one, the most ambitious film that Steven has done. And number two, the best film, in my opinion, that Steven has done as well. There is stop motion / claymation in this. There are monster fights. There's a bigger cast. There are better special effects. There's more gore. There are more kills. There is almost music video type editing. That sort of transition scenes. There is a gore type of set piece in this that reminded me of something like Cannibal Holocaust with the woman with the pull through. Reminded me a lot of that. There is a fire stunt where Steven was lit on fire for this. This is much bigger. It feels more grandiose. I don't think it may be slightly longer than Vapor Green, so maybe actually the longest Box Creep films a release of these three. And it just feels more big. Steven did a fake website for this. He had a fake commercial filmed, and everything mentioned before. And this is really well written as well. This feels much more cohesive. I mean, I really like Vapor Green and Color Space, Blood Red. I've talked about that a lot. But this shows how good this film is, that I think it's better than those. The story is much more ambitious feeling. It's a very creative idea with this monster fights and organ harvesting and the government. Everything just comes together really well. There are really legitimately funny parts in this. The part involving someone being lit on fire involves using a Nerf squirt gun like super soaker filled with gasoline, and it is set up so well, like it's gonna be like a like a shootout, but he pulls out this water gun. Hilarious. Big fan of this. Just really, really well done. Um, this is just another testament to like Steven's ability to surpass budget, like in budget restrictions. This feels much. There's so much heart in this that it just feels so much better than bigger budget stuff. But this still feels like the biggest Box Creep films released thus far. It does get my highest recommendation. Is by far my favorite of the 3 films that Steven has done. Under the Box Creep Films moniker, I don't know if El Pollo Es Loco was Box Creep Films like originally, because they're on YouTube and they're not on DVD. But anyway, like for all intents and purposes, that's what it is to me for these reviews. That's what I mean. And yeah, the acting in this really good across the board. Number 2 is really funny, even though he's pretty silent. And he's imposing. And Steven's father plays the president, and he's hilarious in this and really good. Just really like the performances of everybody in the film as well. The music is also really good. The original soundtrack, banger. This is probably also my favorite soundtrack of the 3. Or at least tied with Vapor Green. I really liked the soundtrack in both of those. So I hope Steven continues to showcase like the indie music scene as well in these. So yeah, pick this up. And before I end here, I did get the deluxe edition, and unfortunately, this was the first deluxe edition that I've purchased from Box Creep Films, which is a sin on my part. But here's some of the stuff that it includes, and you should go pick up the deluxe edition. So it comes with the DVD. I don't know if you can see the disc art very well, but there's that. Comes with stickers, of course, from Steven. Several of them. You get this nifty Box Creep Films button, which I do have a battle jacket. I think I'm going to try and find a way to get a little bit stronger of like a pin on the back of this so I can put it on there. But anyway, you get I don't know if you can, yeah, there you go. Blackheart Collectors Club, like tin, with mints or candy in it. I'm not going to eat those, but keep it in there as a collector's item. Let's see. I was trying to find it. I don't know if I have it near me currently. Oh, there it is. You get a flash drive with the El Pollo Es Loco game on it. You get a script from one of the Box Creep films there. I got Vapor Green. It's my favorite. Or was my favorite prior to this film. I did a review of for it on Severed Cinema as well as a video review, so check that out if you haven't. Signed by the cast. And I also made this little display. You get these like art cards, like mini posters. And with mine, Steven sent me screen used money from Vapor Green as like, because I enjoyed the film and Steven's a really nice guy. So thank you, Steven, for that. But I did make this little display, but you get maybe not that, but he always throws in something extra. But you get these little art cards there as well. So you get a lot. And Steven is somebody they're going to want to support in the underground. I feel that Steven, with each release, has gotten better. I think big things are coming from Box Creep Films. So get out now while you can. Go purchase it. Don't be a loser. Purchase Box Creep Films, or I'll shit on your doorstep. I'll kick your grandma down the stairs. If you don't, if your grandma isn't around, I'm kicking somebody. Somebody's going down those stairs. Multiple steps at a time. I will shit on your doorstep. I'll kick you down the stairs. I'll piss in your cereal. That's a promise. Stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry, son. Anyway, that's it for the Box Creep Films review for today. That is the Blackheart Collectors Club. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Keep your notifications on. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.